Hi, I'm Allison. Welcome to this quick tutorial on boat pose, Navasana. It's one of my favorites for developing balance, for developing core strength. And there's a bit of work happening in other parts of the body that you'll feel as we get into it. So Navasana has a number of different options, and I wanted to show you some of my favorites so that the next time your teacher invites you to take boat pose, you know what some of your choices could be. So come to your mat, come to a seat, and to start, plant your feet on the floor. Bring your feet parallel to one another at about hips width distance. Keep your thigh bones parallel to one another. So if you notice that your knees are splaying out or splaying inward, maybe work toward finding those knees pointing straight over those center toes. And then in Navasana, we want to keep the heart lifted. So Navasana is all about long spine, and it's all about breathing fully even when our muscles are working. So that's the challenge here that I'll invite you to experience with me. So in order to keep that long spine, we have to keep the heart lifted, and I'll invite you to gaze at the horizon line of your room. Some people in Navasana do this kind of rounding motion. Instead, lift the heart. Yeah. Now your hands, option one. Hands can come behind you, lean back on your hands, and lift the heart. Notice how when you lift the heart, the front of your belly gets longer because you're lifting that rib cage up away from your hips. So maybe you just stay here. You can lean back a little more by bending your elbows or straighten them for a little bit more lift. And find what feels good. Feel the sides of your ribs drawing in toward the front of your body, almost like the ribs want to knit together to hold you strong at center. Excellent. So that's option one. Option two, take your hands to hold behind your thighs, but keep leaning back in the upper body while the heart lifts. Smile helps too in boat pose. And I'm not just saying that. You got it. Keep the ribs knitting toward the front body. Keep the heart lifting. Of course, you have to breathe. Inhale, reach your arms forward is option three. So maybe arms reaching forward, maybe leaning back, keeping that long lift. If you ever feel strain in your low back, you're leaning back too far. So lift up a little or give yourself more support from your hands. If you can still breathe comfortably here, and if you want a little more challenge, lift one leg. So bring this shin parallel to the floor. You can try what it feels like to flex your foot. Try what it feels like to point your foot. Now try neutral foot. See which one you like most. If you've been doing one leg, lower it and do the other. It can also be interesting to see the difference left and right. Maybe you notice a difference, maybe not. Keep breathing into whatever struggle is happening, whatever version of boat you're in. You've got this. Exhale, lower the feet. Take a moment. Let your knees come wide. Hook them with your elbows. Rest here. Let your head go. Send some breath into your low back. The low back is part of our core, so those muscles are going to work here. That's what's great about this pose, is it gives us holistic core strength. All right, come back up. Lift your heart. Lift the gaze. You can take any boat option we've just explored, or I'll give you two more choices. So take what you like, or maybe lift both legs. That's option 4. Both legs, if you do, squeeze them in together. So hugging to the midline of the body. Lifting the heart, drawing the navel back and in. You got it. Hands come behind the thighs or on the floor with legs lifted. Probably infinite boat options. You got it. One more choice. You can lift your legs, lift your arms. You really want to go for that. Ooh, I am shaking. It's not in the cards for me today. Speaking to you, my body doesn't want that. But anything you like. Stay lifted. 2 more breaths together. Big smile as you inhale, fill your lungs. And then exhale, cross your ankles, roll onto all fours. Step back, downward dog. If that feels good, to stretch out the low back. Child's pose might also feel good. Up to you. Relax your breath. Whether you're in down dog or child's pose, it might feel good to rock your hips side to side. And easy does it. Feel free to transition into another yoga practice. Feel free to just move on with your day or take some breath, seated, whatever you need. But hopefully you enjoyed those options. Let me know how they go. Namaste.